What's happening, y'all? It is Voch. First of all, this ain't my official mock draft. This ain't even a mock draft, in my opinion. This is more of a situation simulation. This is for the pick number 10 in particular. Y'all read the title, so I'm going to make it really clear that this is a Cowboy video and not for everybody. But I just kind of wanted to think about 3 players getting to Dallas. And how would they get there? You know, I think the easy answer is Voch, one of the 2 corners are probably going to be there. I agree. But I also want to give you a path to get other players, you know, like a path to get Kyle Pitts, for example, or to get one of the offensive linemen that I like a whole bunch. All right. Let me not hold y'all up too much. Let's get this rocking a little bit. I did this last year too. I did this last year with the whole CD thing, so I'm really proud, and I'm putting my undefeated record on the line. I'm putting my 1-0 record on the line with trying to project this thing. And my full-blown mock draft 1 point only will be out, I don't know, later on or something. So this is what we're gonna do, right? So in my mind, Zach Wilson should be the first quarterback off the board, but we're gonna just try to keep this as relative normal as possible. They're probably gonna go Trev, and then the Jets are probably gonna go Zach, and you know, this is where it gets important, right? This is where it gets important. With the whole San Francisco trade, everything kind of switched up twice, right? With the San Francisco trade, with them moving up, quarterback importance moved up one time, right? But then with Miami not being in that 3 spot, pass catchers moved back one time. You see what I'm saying? So what we really need, if you want Kyle Pitts, right? This is only if you want Kyle Pitts. If you want another player, wait till we get to that part of the video. If you really want Kyle Pitts in Dallas, you need for Mac Jones to go 3rd overall, because at that point what you want is you want Trey Lance and Justin Fields to take up that pesky Denver spot, or to take up that pesky Carolina spot, those teams that need quarterbacks, or somebody can trade up and get those picks. I don't care what they do with it. I just need quarterbacks to go in those spots. Why? Because once upon a time, we didn't think Mac Jones was going to be a first round, a top 10 quarterback. Pardon me. We thought Mac was going to go in the 20s somewhere. So if Mac goes, then we get 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. That means we get to pick 5 people, and no matter what 5 people get there, we're going to get one of those 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but Mac Jones needs to go 3, because everything's gonna bump down one time. This is where it gets weird, right? It gets really weird with the Falcons. Okay, so they're sitting there, and some people are saying that the Falcons should go quarterback. If the Falcons go quarterback, good. Some people say that I was talking to Dan or whatever. I'm assuming Dan wants the Falcons to go defense. Interesting. The best defender that's kind of on the board right now would be your choice of corner, or if they want to go Micah Parsons, fine. I don't think they'll go Micah Parsons. Now, let me just pause here and say this. We have to account for the idea that teams don't draft well. You know what I mean? Like, we can hop in here and say, Voch, this won't happen, this gotta happen. But teams really suck at this. You know what I mean? So we can't just say, oh, the Falcons are gonna do the right thing and take Kyle Pitts right here. They could totally go off script and trade out of this pick. Quarterback could go here. They can go Pat Surtain here. They could put him on the other side of AJ Terrell that they got last year, and try to get this young DB thing going. They may be tired of Oliver or whatever. They could do that. Whatever happens here, you just don't want Kyle Pitts to go right here. This is a Kyle Pitts danger zone right here. Now, what can help you sleep at night? They have Hayden Hurst. Now, is Hayden Hurst an excuse to not draft Kyle Pitts? No. But is it an enough excuse for the Falcons to do something silly like not drafting Kyle Pitts right here? It might be enough. So what I need for the Falcons to do is to draft offensive line right here and go Penei Sewell. If they pull that off, then I'll be in my happy place. Now, it gets a little less scary right here because Kyle Pitts could go right here. I don't think he will. I think the Bengals are down to best offensive lineman available, or going wide receiver Jamar Chase. Right now, what you could do, and I just kind of been hearing through some grapevines or whatever, is that they're valuing Chase because they feel like they can get offensive line later. I'm not saying that's official or nothing like that, because anything can change between now and April, but I'm getting the feeling that the people I was talking to, that they was getting those vibes. All right, cool. let's say that that's the vibes, right? Let's say that they don't do anything silly, right? Like, hey, Cincinnati, you don't want Kyle Pitts. Go get Joe Burrow's running mate Jamar Chase, or go get the best offensive lineman on the board right now. That'll be good for you. Let's just say that they get Jamar Chase in here, right? AJ Green is gone. Joe Burrow is standing on the table for Jamar Chase. He is an elite wide receiver prospect, and if they like offensive line at the top of the second, let them go get Cosme or Leatherwood or something. Let them live their life and pair that dude up with Jonah Williams, and they can just roll on with it. You know what I mean? Now, this is another this is another red Kyle Pitts zone, right? This is another Kyle Pitts zone that can make you a little, just a little nervous, so to speak, right? So we know quarterback's not going here. So Trey Lance and Justin Fields in this situation, right? And it's no trade situation. Trey Lance and Justin Fields kind of falling down right now, and that's good. We need that, because if we can't get who we want in this situation, we can still do a trade down, right brick on my brick, assuming quarterback goes to 10. But we don't want that. We want Kyle Pitts at 10 in this particular situation. So with the 6th overall pick, what you want is for Tua to stand on the table and either get some protection, just some alternate protection. I don't know what they really feel about Austin Jackson, but I think so highly of Rashawn Slater that Austin Jackson can go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. But what I'm thinking is that what we need is for a wide receiver to go here, right? Tua Tagovailoa, you're going to be an former Alabama quarterback, then get one of these Alabama receivers up in here, right? He has stood on the table and said, even though Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith has said, hey man, we kind of like Mac Jones better, Tua has stood on the table and said, hey, give me Waddle or give me Smith. Okay. Now, what do I prefer to happen in this situation? I prefer them to go Jalen Waddle right here. Now, they can go either way, right? They can go Waddle, they can go Smith. Who cares? We just need for them to not go Kyle Pitts right there. At this point, the Detroit Lions, they got rid of all their damn receivers, so they could go Kyle Pitts right here. Also, let me rewind one time, right? Let me go back to Miami. Something that we really want Miami to think, we want them to really love Gesicki, right? Their tight end, I think like Penn State or something like that. I believe, I forgot the school he went to, but Mike Gesicki, the pass catching tight end. We want them to like Gesicki so much that they don't think about taking Kyle Pitts early. Now, is Mike Gesicki enough for you to not draft Kyle Pitts? No. I would just run Pitts and Gesicki, just like I would run Pitts and what's his face in Atlanta, Hayden Hurst. But we want them to go Waddle. Now that we're at Detroit, right? We want them to go through that same kind of thought process, right? We want them to go through that thought process. Hey man, we just got TJ Hawkinson at 8 overall like 2 years ago, right? So we don't want to get tight end. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. That's what I want to happen. Now, should having TJ Hawkinson on your team stop you from drafting Kyle Pitts? No, but that's just what we want, right? So we want them to go wide receiver because their wide receiver room, say that 5 times fast, has been wiped out. So let's put Devontae Smith in Detroit, and you kind of want those things to kind of like flip, right? Like if Jalen Waddle ends up with Detroit, then that's because Devontae Smith went to Miami. I think a run on wide receiver is going to happen between 5, 6, and 7. Could be wrong, but we'll see what's going to happen there. Now, it is very important that quarterback is on the board when Carolina picks. That is super, super important. Why? Because they are in a brazen Kyle Pitts zone right here. It is a terror threat level orange type situation if Pitts is on the board, quarterback is gone, and you just got Carolina sitting right there. That is a terrifying situation. But in this particular scenario, in which it looks sort of realistic to me, in this particular scenario, you want a quarterback on the board right now. So let's send Justin Fields. Pardon me. Yeah. Let's send Justin Fields, if I can find him, there you go, Justin Fields to Carolina. Now, this could, pardon me, there are kids outside screaming in Spanish, so pardon me. Now, they can pick out of Justin Fields and Trey Lance. I don't care what they do, you know what I mean? But in this particular situation, that is what we want. We want Justin Fields to go to Carolina. Now, if Kyle Pitts is on the board at 9, I think we home free. If Kyle Pitts is on the board at 9, I think we're home free. And the only thing that can make that weird is Rashawn Slater's on the board, and Slater may be considered more important on the Cowboys' board simply because he's an offensive lineman. They may value offensive linemen more. If they're truly going best player available, then it should be Pitts. It should be, but I don't know what the Cowboys doing. I can only account for what Voch is going to do. Voch is a little better at this than some of these teams in the league, but I don't know. We'll see. Even though I don't think Cowboy fans, have much to, complain about in terms of draft or whatever, but I would be upset if Pitts is on the board and we don't take him. Whatever. I think if we get to 9th overall and we're sitting at this point and Kyle Pitts is on the board, I think we're home free. Because I feel like Denver has been drafting tight end for the past 3 or 4 years or so. They got Albert O from Missouri. They got Noah Fant from Iowa. I think they got another guy too. I just can't remember who they got right now. But I think they've been stacking up on tight end. Now is Albert O, that other miscellaneous cat, and Noah Fant, is having those children enough to make you stop drafting Kyle Pitts? No. But in this particular situation, that's what we want. We want them to say, hey, man, we got 5 tight ends we've been taking over the past couple years or so. We don't want them. What we want for Denver, this is why I feel like we're home free. Because Trey Lance is on the board, and I don't really feel Drew Lock like that. You know what I mean? Rashawn Slater's on the board. They can go offensive line right now. Michael Parsons is on the board. They can go linebacker right now. They was trying to turn Michael Parsons into Von Miller. Cool. If you want him, here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Or if they want to take corner, both corners are there. You know what I mean? Now, in this situation, I'm just not a big fan of Trey Lance or whatnot, so Trey Lance can go. But in particular to Dallas' situation, right? This is what's interesting. Rashawn Slater's on the board. So if anything bad happens with Pitts, like somebody want to trade up and get Pitts, then we'll be fine taking Rashawn Slater at 10. If Rashawn Slater witnessed a murder and got questioned by the police on draft night and he went undrafted and they wanted to draft Patrick Surtain, then cool, we got J.C. Horn here. Or if you want Patrick Surtain's on the board. Or if you want to trade back and they don't go quarterback, you got a quarterback and Trey Lance on the board to where you can trade out of that pick and it'll be a right brick on my brick situation. You see what I'm saying? That's this lineup that we got right now. Trev, Zach, Max, Sewell, Jamar, Jalen, Smith, Justin Fields. This setup right now gives the Cowboys the ability to walk away with a situation that they really, really like. My top 3 situations from top to bottom. My third one is to trade down. It's for Trey Lance to be there. Somebody gives us picks and then they come get their quarterback. My second most wanted situation, Rashawn Slater. Let's scoop that dude up right now. I think he's incredible. We got freaking Chase Young in this situation in our division. Let's beat up on that dude. I would love to have one of these corners, man. J.C. Horn is incredible. I just think that with this stack of guys right now, you can't pass them up. But in particular, what I really, really want to happen is I want, let's just say that they go quarterback right there and they have Kyle Pitts sitting at 10. That's what I want. And I don't care about the rest of the draft. You can slow this thing down. You can pause the video and look at the rest of the picks that's going off the board right now if you want to. But I'm not going to do it. All right? Well, they're asking me to pick for Miami right now. Fine, I'll get you another offensive line because y'all shouldn't have got Austin Jackson. So anyway, man, like that's kind of the video, bro. So last year I did this with Lamb or whatnot, right? So is this kind of a situation that I would want for Kyle Pitts? Absolutely. You can rewind the video, take a look at it. They're asking me to pick again for the Jets. Let's see, who can I give the Jets? Let's see who's on the board here. Got Greg Newsome over here. I think they underrated. No, let's give him JOK. Let's go to my old call more. They got some. The Jets got some offensive linemen. Some defensive linemen. Let's give him Jamal more. Okay. So yeah, man. That's my setup, right? That's my setup about how I can get Kyle Pitts to Dallas. Now, there's going to be varying reactions to there's going to be varying reactions to the guys that we pick. You know, like if we get one of the corners or whatever, you would get a really good fist pump out of me, right? You would get a Pat Surtain, J.C. Horn Sr. fist pump out of me. If we trade back because Trey Lance is on the board, I will stand up and I will give applause. If Rashawn Slater's on the board, I'm gonna go yes, and I may do a lunging Tiger Woods fist pump. But if we get Kyle Pitts, I might scream and do a choreographed hump dance on the stream. All right. So y'all be sure to follow me. Not follow me, but yeah, follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. But what I meant to say is we're going to be tune in to the draft coverage. 3 days, day 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be fun. Last year was amazing. I didn't have the technology to make it as good as it's going to be. I have a gangster of a PC right now. This thing works for NASA. You know what I mean? We are ready to have an incredible show this year, and it'll be dope for y'all to tune in. All right. That being said, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski, Woski, the Peasky, Weesky, man. Till next time, I got some other content going on, so stay tuned. Peace.